All right. So the focus for today's class will be to get a good understanding of the DAX language, and then we'll try to cover most of the concepts this week. So let me first start with the data view here. So as we covered in the last class, that we will have the report view where we will have the canvas, and then we have the data view, and then we will have the model view. So when I come to this data view, so to the complete right, I'll be able to see all the different objects. So here, objects will be all the different tables we have. So the table name, and then within each specific table, we will have for different columns. So when I'm seeing this alphabetical list of products table, then I have the category ID. The sigma symbol here represents that it is a numeric column. I can click on that, and it will highlight that column for me. And then you could see here, everything here is numeric. And then if you don't have anything, then you could see it will not show anything. That it means it will be a text-based column. The other way you could confirm is to the top right, you could see the column tools. So you will have the name, the same as what you're seeing here, with the capability for you to update or change. So if I want to have like a space here, then I can give a space and then click enter here. So it will update the name, data type. So let's say by default Power BI, it's picking a numeric column as text. So you will have the capability of updating here. So you have the capability of updating as a data type. So let's say category ID is mostly uh, a primary key or a foreign key, right? So here what you could say is instead of a whole number, so if you want to make it text, you can update that. So category ID, you could see we don't have that symbol here. And then here there will be no formatting. But if I come to this unit price here, then you could see this is decimal number. And at top, if you want to have like a specific uh, formatting, if you want to make this like a whole number, decimal number, currency, or percentage, you can format that field. Apart from that, you will have this quick symbols as well. So to change it percentage, to add commas, to add decimal precisions. So you'll be able to do that along with that auto option here. Okay, so and then the by default, what you want to do it on the report side. So if I come here on the visual report view, if I open a new report page, and then let me take this table visual. So when I select this table visual, it will show up here. And first object is the alphabetical list of products. That's the table we were seeing on this data view. So I can take this category name, which I renamed, uh, and then I can take the unit price, and I can either drag and drop here, or I can click in this checkbox. And then you could see by default, if I click on this, I'll be able to see the default operation, what it is performing. So here you could see it's performing the sum operation. So if I come to this data view, and then in this table visual, so you could see summarization, I can update it. So by default, if you want to make it average, maximum, minimum count, distinct count, then you could do it. So this will be helpful. So let's say if you want to have like a count of products, then I could come here to the product ID, and I would say whenever I drag and drop, give me the distinct count of the product ID. Then I can come here by category ID. When I drag and drop this one, you will be able to see the different products within that one category name. And then if I click on this drop down, you could see instead of a sum, which is mostly default for most of the fields, this is doing the distinct count. So it is uniquely counting So overall, we have 69 products uh, the in our this products table, and then we have the different unit price. So if I come here, so you would see 69 rows, 69 distinct values here. Okay, so this is how we will see the data view for one specific table. And let's say if you want to create additional columns here, then within Power BI, we call that as calculated columns. So let me expand this. Okay. So you could see it is showing the column tools at the top, and as I explained, it will show me the name of the column, data type, and then any specific formatting if you want to do. And then one last thing, what we have is the data category. So you could see, so let's say if you're dealing with any of the geographical data, so let me search for city here. And then the other thing is you'll be able to search for the fields. So right now I was looking for the city, and then it showed me, so it showed me the customer city, employee city, or invoices city. So for now, to keep it simple, let me click on the customer city. And here we covered mostly everything. So name is city, data type and all. And then data category, it will give me a good list here. So you could see I'll be able to categorize this data set. So this way, how it will help is, so when you are using this different visuals here, especially this geographical visuals, you have, it will be able to plot your data points according to the data what you have categorized. So in those instances, it will be helpful. So let's say if you get a requirement to show sales by city on a geographical map. So you can make sure that you're categorizing this data for Power BI, and that way it will be able to show you that uh, uh, exact specific points on your map visual. So the next what we have here is sorting by column. So if you want to sort by any specific column to see your data. So let's say if you want to sort by the customer ID. Oh no, okay. So let me go back to again to this alphabetical list of products. So let me rename this again. So last time when I was clicking on a specific column, so it was showing me the column tools. But when I click on a table, it will show me the table tools. And as I showed last week, either we can come to this model view and then click on the table name, and then it will show me the properties, and then I'll be able to change the name here. So if I want to make it more simple, and then if I want to say this is list of products, or I could make it more simple and then say products list. Okay, so we can update the table name from there, or I can click here and then again within the table tools. So you should be able to see the name column here. Yeah, you could see. And then here I can update if I want to give a more specific name. Okay. So if I again come click here, sort by column is um, little different. We can try to come back to this topic when we'll be uh, covering on a report page. So basically what you want to do here is, so let's say if you create a custom column, and then you want to have, if you want to display those names in certain order. So let's say if you're building a report for all the e-commerce sales, and then you have Walmart included in that, you have Amazon included in that, and then you have Walgreens included. But by default, what Power BI will do is it will take it in alphabetical order. So you would have Amazon first, if you're sorting in ascending order, and then you will have Walmart, and then you will have Walgreens. But let's say if you want to have Walmart first, followed by Walgreens, and then followed by Amazon, then you will be adding a custom field, custom numeric field. So based on that, you can change the sorting behavior of your column. So we can try to come back to that example later on. And this is also grouping the column, so which is not needed for now. We can again come back to this. Manage relationship is a view that you will be seeing in the model view as well. So here uh, what this will show is what are the different active relationships you have, and then what's the from table, and then what's the to table here. So this is the relationship information it will show me. And then if I click on that, so you could see we have this category sales for 1997 tables, and then the category tables. And then the relationship what we have between these two is based on the category name. So we have chosen this category name from this, and then you could see this is the one-to-one cardinality, which we have already discussed in last week, the different relationship cardinality we have, and then the cross filtering is both. So whenever we have the one-to-one relationship between two tables, the cross filtering direction by default will be both. Okay, so this is the different views we have. And within this column tools, one last option we have here is the new column. So this new column, what it will help you is, so let's say if you have a specific requirement to add a new column, then what you could do is you can uh, instead of adding another column in your source data, you can add it here. So you have pulled this data from Northwind, right? And then now you don't have that capability to go to them and then say you would need an additional column. So what you could directly do is you can add a new column here. So let's say you have this um, units in stock and units on order, right? And then you want to find the difference of how much we need to order more. Then what we could do is we could say units difference. That's the first column name I have given, followed by equal to. That's the syntax we have to follow. And then I type this square brackets, and then I say units in stock. This is how much we have. And then we are looking for units in order, units on order. And then I press enter, and then it will give us the difference here. Got it? So this way we'll be able to create a new calculated column, and it could be for anything. So either it could be for the numeric data, or it could be for the text-based data. So here I can again click on new column, and then I could say I want to concatenate the category name with the quantity per unit. So what I could do is combine, and then I could say we have multiple options here, but let me start with this combine values. Or to make it more simple, what I could do is um, I can say category name, and I can use an ampersand, and then I can say quantity per unit. So I'm now concatenating this category name and quantity per unit. So you could see I'm able to combine here. So if I again click on new column here, and if I say combine two, then I can also search for the functions the same what we have in Excel. So we have concat. It's asking me for text one and text two. Again, I can click on the square bracket, and I can say take the category name, and the what we have, the quantity per unit. Okay. So you could see it's returning me the same combination how I got using the ampersand here. And then third way, I could say this time I want to use the combine values function. So combine values is equal to. So the syntax of combine values is along with the expression. So you can also add a delimiter. So in this instance, so let's say if you want to add a hyphen between anything you combine, so you can add a hyphen. So that's the first delimiter we provided. And then second, what you could do is again, you can say the category name. And then what you could say is you have the quantity per unit. So this time, instead of just combining the two text, it will also add a hyphen here. So you could see the difference between these two columns here, beverage, yeah, beverage hyphen 10 boxes and 20 bags. Okay, so this is how we'll be able to create different calculated columns in Power BI. I want to give one of the assignments for you for tomorrow's classes. Just go on to YouTube. So you can pick any of the YouTube channels, whether it could be Krubel or whether it could be Guy in a Cube. But learn what are the different context we have in Power BI. So let me quickly open a Word document, because this will be the focus for tomorrow's class, different context. So we will have filter context, we will have row context, and then we will have context transition. So to just to give you a hint here, so filter context will be a list of all filters uh, to complete calculation. And row context is uh, each row of a table for completing expression calculation. And then context transition is creating own filters and ignoring external filters. Okay. And after this, we will have the VertiPack engine. Then we will have within this, we will have the formula engine, and then we will have the storage engine. So these all will work together to complete a query. And then the other thing is, instead of introducing this in the later part of the class, I want to introduce this in the second week, because as we go along, I want you guys to practice more on DAX and then become comfortable, and then also work on creating visuals and all. So yeah, so this is the assignment for you for tomorrow. You can quickly watch a video and then get an understanding of the filter context, row context, context transition, and then within the VertiPack engine. So we will have the storage here, which is called as the uh, columnar storage. and then we have the formula engine and storage engine. Okay. All right. So let me stop the